And so yeah, while this loads, do you want to talk a bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'll just go over it really quickly. Hey, my name is Kyle. I go by the name Kafe online. I used to be known as Killer K-Craft, and a lot of my friends still have that habit of calling me that. Pawns did the first couple times here, so I'm not upset about that. I'm still used
I
to it.
gotta say, I
But
was searching for you in my contacts. I couldn't find you because I remember Crickcraft, but I didn't catch your new name, or I didn't memorize it. So yeah, with that being said, just keep on talking.
yeah, but I'm based here as in California, which is why I'm sitting here casting in a tank top and shorts, as it's like 97 degrees, which is about 37
Look,
degrees Celsius. For those
lucky
of you
you.
who don't know, lucky me, I am super hot and I don't like it. What about yourself, huh?
Well, outside must be basically the freezing point right now because I'm in Canada and I'm a bit higher up in the north. So yeah, I am. Well, this is my channel first of all. So yeah, of course I'm the caster. I'll be the organizer as well. This is a tournament, really a friendly tournament, I would say, which I did not intend it to be as such, but while it evolved, while I was trying to, optimize the formula I was going for, I did realize that I was going for a formula that is really, really similar to the Go 4 format. If you're wondering, I'm also head of production for Mishmash Gaming, which you referred to earlier on. Mishmash would be considered like one of the biggest console leagues. Not to this on Mishmash, but basically nobody does consoles, so it's really easy to obtain that title. And all in all, I'm also an ESL community caster, so I do have my hand in a few pies in the community Rainbow Six community esport scene. Let's just put it that way. And as such, yeah, I could just keep on talking to puff my feathers a bit, but the one thing I'll point out as a community caster, I was able to cast the open qualifiers for both the Challenger League and Six Invitational. So open quals, I have casted the EG against Luminosity game, which was, let's say, the high point for me so far. But with that being said, let's just jump into the game here. We have not talked about the band operator. Oh, no, the one thing I want to say, for example, just Julian, the guy who was just Julian, or Ariza Gaming, I may have butchered your name there. You have just applied to cast for ESA. Did you get any news from them yet? Because if they do accept you, well, this would be another channel where you could hear his beautiful voice if you want more of that.
Nothing yet, as they were looking for EU casters. I don't think that an NA caster is going to be the top priority for them. But however, I did know I am open to cast EU. I have a very flexible schedule, so anytime they need me, I can be there. I have talked to a couple people though. Recently, I talked to Jenna, one of your regular co-casters. I talked to her about how ESA is, and I found that she absolutely loves it as well. So I am really hoping I can go up in there. But if it comes down to it, if I don't get accepted, I'll just have to find another place to call home for my casting capabilities.
Just gonna say, I'm also gonna be launching a proper league next season, so in a few weeks. So yeah, I have extended the offer to Jenna first, because she is the one that I'm most familiar with, and she's the one that I have worked the most in the past. But should things fall through with her, if you wanna host a league with me, yeah, we could talk about that later on. Let's talk about that game here real quick. Before we do that, however, I know it sounds contradictory, but Yanis Shig, thank you for the subscription with Twitch Prime. Really appreciate it. So really thank you for that. But without further ado, Octane here getting a nice first pick on you. So that's going to be first blood for Alpha1, who are going to be pretty aggressive and already basically set to fall into the objective. Like with a single smoke grenade, they'd be ready to basically plant the diffuser here.
It seems to be that way, and a second kill is going to come out in favor of Alpha1 here very early on. There's going to be some pop shots taken off from both sides, but no official kills. Octane's going to find a second kill, and all of a sudden Alpha1 is going to have a very high advantage here against only an Echo left stuck in a corner all by himself. 75 health. Alpha1's going to absolutely decimate any capability of him using his yokais. Between multiple people pushing him and the Capital Firebolt coming in at the very end, there was very little to no way out of that situation for him. Alpha1 winning the first round, and while we didn't cast the first man of that round, there wasn't too much action up until Octane took that hatch, and it seems like Alpha1 was able to just take the upstairs site completely by storm.
Oh yeah, can I just ask what the hell happened here? Like, Voltic were not ready for that at all. It feels like, for example, Crage. You know, the last replay we just saw here, Rook was like sitting in the corner, waiting for the attackers to come in, but he did not react whatsoever. He did not try to contest them. Is having smoke there would have been useful to, you know, prevent the axis, but it was kind of the situation where you get a kill and it just snowballs out of control from there. Like, it opens up a flank, Alpha1 pushed that flank, and they were able to use that advantage to, you know, just increase the advantage they had. And as such, that was a beautiful play by Alpha1. Voltic kind of being complacent, passive, not reacting to whatever's happening, and as such, they were just trailing 2 steps behind whatever Alpha1 was doing. Voltic were not ready for that, and let's just hope for their sake that this kind of situation does not happen again, because if not, well, that might be a 7-0 situation in a blink of an eye if that first round just, you know, ends up happening over and over and over again, which I don't expect to. You know, both teams will be adapting to each other. At the very least, I do hope so, because if not, well, Voltic, they were an easy prey last round.
They very much were, unfortunately, but Alpha1 was able to identify the weakness that was the White Hall and how simple it was to pinch that Rook inside the bathroom after any rotation coming in from Freezer was just completely cut off. And they really took advantage of that. With Axon, I believe it was, running the Ashe last round, was acquiring those long angles there.
Yeah.
Against the Mira, who, while didn't even have the extended barrel on the Vector, with such distance on such a low power weapon, there was not a lot of potential for her to really land her shots consistently at a long distance and get enough damage off to win that firefight. And that showed there when Ashe was able to land the shots and find the kill, and was from there just able to completely push in the bar.
So let's just talk about Voltic's playstyle here, since we're seeing a bit more of what they're doing, since this round shapes up to be really slower paced. They don't seem to be putting too much emphasis on roaming, for example. I was going to say nobody's at the bottom floor, but Drew seems to be there. And he's the only one. I just wanted to make sure of that. And as such, you know, that makes it so much easier for Alpha1. If they don't have to be cautious about their backs, if they don't have to, you know, expect somebody to be actively flanking them, they can direct all of their attention towards basically the bomb site, which makes it so much easier to attack. You know, that ease of mind. And as of now, since Drew is a floor below, it is basically a 5v2 situation for the bomb site. Once again, looking really, really good for Alpha1. Pretty bad, pretty grim for Voltic. However, the 2 remaining defenders on bomb site would be, you know, heavy anchoring operators. They are in their element with the Evil Eyes, with the drones, with, you know, a lot of armor, heavy guns. So far, so good, but they're still at the disadvantage, numerically speaking. And, you know, there's no countering that. The attackers can simply push in from many different angles, and the defenders only have 2 guns to watch, you know, multiple angles at once. So it is going to be an uphill battle, which they're going to be trying to do whatever they can to prevent that, but it's not going to be enough. We have not seen both kills, but there you go. Axon just walking up to his opponent and getting a free kill, basically. It's what I was saying. Too many angles, too few guns to watch them, and that's the logical outcome.
Well, they may be the most powerful guns on well, they may be some of the most powerful guns on the defender side. Unfortunately, it's not enough to just simply hold out. There are constant pings going out. At one point, I believe, when we were watching the Maestro, there was all 5 pings of the enemy team, but with both of them just being 1-speeds, there was not enough possible aggression they could push back on until something like a post-plant situation or a kind of close quarter situation, especially with Maestro losing his ACOG in the past couple seasons. Unfortunately, he's not able to hold as long of angles as he used to. And I believe we saw Kavera make it past the 6-pick phase on Voltic. Yes, we did.
She did, yeah.
He's going to be running Kavera here. Something I don't think a lot of people expect to see in competitive play, but nonetheless could catch someone off guard, especially Alpha1. But she wasn't a 6-pick. So there is still plenty of potential for Alpha1 to know that there's the Kavera in play. They need to go clear her, and that is exactly what is more than likely going to wind up happening here.
So I am quite curious as to how Voltic are going to play this. You know, Kavera, wanting to keep Kavera secret, plus Landong is also playing Vigil. This kind of implies that there's going to be heavy roaming attempts, and so far, you know, Kavera setting up in the second floor, Landong 3rd floor. So if Alpha1 were to go for a, you know, heads down rush, face to face, let's just walk into the objective as fast as possible, they might be, you know, in for a nasty surprise whenever, you know, either New Oreo or Landong decides to walk down the stairs. But if they go for the top-down approach, like would be, you know, to some extent typical, like they're doing right now, well, I don't think that the roamers are going to be enough to hold off the pressure. Like Lan Long, do you really expect him to get multiple kills and presumably 3v1, 4v1, maybe even 5v1 if all of Alpha1 wants to drop down from the hatch from this that kind of stuff? Lan Long is going to be facing long odds here.
It seems like the past couple rounds here, Landong was one of the last people kind of left standing and really trying to hold to his last breath, but it just was not working out. We see a couple people pushing up here in what some would consider new balcony and kind of going for a push here on the freezer. But a lot of potential for.
He's not been droned out. He's not been droned out. They're complacent here. They did not drone out freezer, and now he has their backs to him. That would be a third potential victim. You know, he still has not, you know, revealed his position. He's going to do so, potatoing a bit, but still getting the kill. At the end of the day, that's what matters. Zag also biting the dust. New has been droned out, however, is bound to be pushed. That shotgun only needed to get one shot off to get the kill, but that did not even happen. Landong is also going to be caught off here by Accent, and so now, well, we're pretty much ready to push into the objective, right? Both roamers are out of the board, or taken off the board, rather. With roughly half of the round remaining, Thermite is still up, so you know, frags-wise, you've lost roamers and you fragged. Capital could have been useful to plant the diffuser. Zag would be a versatile operator, and as such, not really VIP. But yeah, so far, I would say utility-wise, it's looking good for the attack. Not too good for Drew. Oh no, poor Drew, he was pinched.
Seem to be that way, and now we have Circo just kind of anchoring an objective here, probably alongside Craig, I would imagine, with a one speed wine stay in sight. Only 30 health left on him, not going to be much, and actually it looks like Craig here is trying to rotate around Bakery, catch a couple off guard, and quick and easy drone work could take it out. Craig's going to be now revealed by his position. He's going to try to take another peek, and
we saw the elbow. He had a 3 kill. Oh no, unfortunate Craig. I don't understand, you know, human eye is attracted to movement, so I don't blame him for missing the kill. But it's still kind of frustrating to see the free kill just slipping away. Ah, unfortunate. And now Senko has no control of OBJ whatsoever. He rotates back, so that's now a potential problem dealt with. But diffuser being planted, basically 1v1 for however long it's going to take Wraith to plant the diffuser. Try to get the kill pretty quickly here. That's not going to happen. Now a 2v1 retake situation. Not looking too good for him. He is roughly at a third health, so 1 or maybe 2 bullets, if you're lucky, are going to be needed to put him down. He cannot afford any mistakes whatsoever, and yet I don't see him, you know, getting the kills in a flawless manner.
I don't believe so as well. With how low health he is, while he may have a chance against Wraith, the other 3-speed 1 armor Axon is just going to absolutely annihilate him. He's in a prime spot to get him, and the hip fire is what's going to land the kill in this situation. Alpha1 wins the 3rd round in a row on attack here, as this was the first real attempt at Kitchen that Voltic has had thus far, and I would have to argue probably the closest round.
Oh, definitely. You know, diffuser being planted, but yeah, it was a 2v1. Was not, you know, a flawless round that we've seen at round number 1. The one thing I would like to underline, though, is Kafe, I would consider, is heavily defense-sided. Right? Rainbow Six is an asymmetrical game, unlike, say, Call of Duty, where Domination, both teams have access to the same guns, same bomb sites, same spawns, like all that good stuff. So, by nature, one team is going to be favored, and here I would say Voltic has the easy side, and yet they failed to get a single point under their belt so far. So it's not looking too good for Voltic. I can only imagine how difficult it's going to be for them to win any kind of rounds or any kind of leeway as soon as the roles swap.
I would have to agree with you there, definitely. Voltic does not seem to have their head in the game on this map, purely for their defense side, however, as they're running a lot more operators that I would have to say probably aren't as necessary. I do not want to target Craig by any means, but a Rook does not provide nearly as much utility as, even if it was for the MP5, it would not provide as much utility as Doc or even Echo for this matter.
Yeah.
Rook is really a fragging operator and provides a very minute bit of armor to anyone on the enemy team. We see a couple people bunking up in laundry room here. While there are no frags, one of Scylla's single firebolt here could very well spell disaster for him. And
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going for. That kind of did seem like a troll or something. But yeah, just to answer a quick question before the action starts happening, we were being asked about the scores or the ranks, and I was gonna open up the R6 tab, but apparently it is no longer works in custom matches. So yeah, let's scratch that and look at the ranks next next preparation phase. Unfortunate. But yeah, the attack is shaping up to be a top-down attack. Really standard. You don't expect the attackers to be entering at the first floor and, you know, walking up the stairs. So there you go. The hatches are going to be the logical entry points. It's just a matter of joining out properly, and then attackers are going to be basically raining down from the sky.
And that has been exactly how it's happened the past 2 times that they went third floor. 2 people repelling on the same window. One's getting peeked off by Drew, however. Not sure where Drew is right now. Oh,
he
actually
wasn't
holding an
bathroom.
angle right behind Greg, or very close to Greg. Greg has the potential to find another one. He almost does. Circo's going to find. That is going to be Octon. Axon off the board alongside Craig and Neo. Now, not sure where Neo fell in that entire situation. Didn't see him in the kill feed, but he is going to be the one to fall here. Now a 3v3 situation with Landong off site. Once again, if he does not get droned out, he still has plenty of potential. But what we have seen from Alpha1 these past 2 rounds has been a very intense either Whitehall take or very intense Cigar Lounge take and pushing in through Cigar Shop. There is Zag there on the white stairs, trying to contest anyone who's on the white stairs, making some pre-fire shots, and it's going to land some shots on Drew, but is not going to come out into the end here. Drew keeps repeaking over and over again. He might find his head taken off in the situation, but just the opposite of that. Drew's going to land his 2nd kill in the round, taking out Zag. That is the Yang out of play, and her 4 Candelas are not going to be of use when it comes to the planting situation here. All left in hand is 3 flashbangs from Wraith. Never mind, scratch that. Cinco's now going to find himself on a double kill right alongside Drew. Now Syl is left all by himself with only 1 firebolt and 2 smoke bolts left, with plenty of gun, or plenty of ammunition.
3 flashes.
And
Yeah, 3 flashes.
Well.
Could turn the ties on his advantage, but you do have a Jaeger and a 1 in the composition on the enemy team, so that's not looking too good for him. He is pinned. His position is definitely known, and there's nothing he can do without exposing himself. He does know there's still a roamer, so he's going to be really cautious about his backs. He saw the tip of the gun here. That's not something he can shoot at, though. And yeah, he knew as soon as he was going to move, he was going to take a nasty bullet to the head. Cinco finally, you know, getting the deed down, but it was just a technicality at this point. Let's just be honest with ourselves.
I do want to applaud Voltic on winning this round, as it is something that could very well get their motivation back up, trying to kind of get them back into winning rounds here. But on the same end, Voltic got a lot of those kills on that round off of very aggressive peeks that almost shouldn't have happened, like Craig here.
Like this
very
one,
aggressive
yeah.
peek in that window. And, yeah, and Drew just holding a very default kind of pixel angle there, trying to watch for the Ying. A very simple pre-fire could have taken the head right off, like I was kind of predicting he would have. However, my prediction was wrong, and he was able to land a kill. So props to everyone on the team for kind of winning out that round.
Okay, I'm gonna have to cut us short right here. So you've been, since you've been seeing the screen share, you have not been seeing the pick phase. What is Drew doing on Tachanka? Right here, what is he doing? That does not seem like a team that's trying hard 100%, and I don't see them, you know, Oryx, yeah, probably they're just trolling or taking it easy at this point. It's unfortunate to, so far what I can tell is they seem to think, okay, we're not gonna win this game, so let's just take it easy and, you know, have a bit of fun. But, you know, 3-1, just being down 2 points is not an unsurmountable odds. They could still come back if they try extra hard and if they apply themselves. And, you know, the comeback story, the underdog story, the underdog, you know, climbing back up and winning out the game, those kind of stories are absolutely magnificent simply because they happen so rarely. And as such, I would love to see it happen right here for Voltic, but they're not setting themselves up to do that. So, yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, I gotta say.
I'm sorry. Well, as this action phase begins here, I do have to ask you, in this league that you run, is there a quarantine phase by any means?
A quarantine phase?
Like, similar to how Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3
Oh, so,
play.
no, any kind of relegation or tier system, no. It is simply single elimination.
I'm sorry, I should rephrase. As in, is there a temporary sanction on new operators like there is.
Oh
in
yeah,
tier 1,
yeah,
tier
yeah,
2, and tier 3.
absolutely. Oh right, yeah. Oryx is not allowed to be
Yeah,
played.
that's why I was saying Oryx.
Yeah, I had not realized that. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Indeed. So Oryx should not be played in theory. However, in practice, as a caster, I am not to have any impact on the round. So I'm not gonna say, for example, hey, you guys could protest the other team and you'd be guaranteed to win, for example, right? I've seen a few, not exactly this game, but a few games back, the very first game, or maybe even the second game, I do believe. I have seen a few trash talks that if they were to be protested against, would have resulted in the opposing team being kicked out for, disrespect. But I don't bring this up because I don't want to have an impact on the game. But absolutely, Oryx was not supposed to be played there.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. And regardless of how that round went, or regardless of the fact that Oryx was played, that round went completely to Alpha1. There was not even anything to really cast over there, as everything just happened so quickly. Walls got opened, everyone got annihilated in a matter of 30 seconds of each other.
Yeah. You know what? I don't think he's going to be picked, so let's just put a quick reminder in the chat. Yeah, right. Quarantine. I had failed to kind of get the exact meaning of that.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Oryx, all my brain could say is just Oryx. Oryx.
Yeah. So
and I think
the good
that
news is
kind of watching.
So I said Oryx is not right. So quick reminder: Oryx and Yana are not allowed to be played. Alpha1 reminded we don't. It's okay. We don't mind. And as such, they're not gonna be protesting, or at least I don't expect them to. Voltic has answered with, "Sorry, I forgot." Honest mistakes. I'm gonna be lenient here. I totally understand. The human condition does not allow for perfection, and I'm aware of that. So let's just not crack down too hard and just ruin their fun. At this point, this game is all about fun. Let's just be honest with ourselves.
Yeah, regardless of what happens, this is not a very, I don't mean to talk bad on your league by any means, but this is not something that is played to the highest degree of professionalism. Smaller league for your players to kind of get their gist in, and for people, kind of mess around, kind of have their own fun in. And I can appreciate that. While I see Drew here running Chonka for the second round in a row, there is not going to be much success for the Chonka spawn peak for this round. Nor was there for him kind of trying to hold off anyone pushing into the bakery door last round.
But yeah, so to just get back at what you were saying, yeah, that league is not set up to be really interesting to high-level players. And for example, if I was to compare myself to ESA, like ESA, they've gone top down by doing a really nice league, and then slowly but surely going down and being appealing to lower and lower level players. With the very last project they've launched being the tournament series, basically their I would say similar thing to what I'm doing right now. Whereas I'm going bottoms up. The tournaments series I'm doing right here is the first thing I've set up, and I totally get that. So with that being said, this is going to be a bloodbath. Basically now a 3v1 situation, diffuser being planted. That's probably going to be a soft wall though. If he makes it quick, it's partially reinforced. He may have gotten the wall bang there. Yeah, he could have gotten the wall bang, but he didn't know. Obviously, he would have needed a camera or something like that. Hard right side, he did not realize Buck is right there. Not Buck, Wraith, sorry. Oh, Wraith is outside. Okay, that's why. But still, he has not looked in that corner as far as I can tell. Like, had the odds been different, he would have been knifed flawlessly and, remorselessly. There's nothing he could have done there. Wow.
Drew is now finding a second kill as Chonka, but as we come down to 15 seconds left on the diffuser, and he is in the wrong site for defuse. He's not going to have enough time to run back, and regardless of how this round goes, regardless of how many kills our Lord Chonka gets, Drew is not going to be able to finish it out. And now Axon's going to go ahead and find yet another kill for himself, running Ash, absolutely annihilating anyone in his path. Trying to go for that knife kill did not actually work out. But
I still wanted to see Thermite getting the kill. Like, had he stayed, hard right by that door, and had he realized he had been spotted, he could have gotten an easy knife kill. That would have been kind of embarrassing for Chonka, but kind of nice to see at the same time.
I believe he walked right over defuse at one point.
Yeah, he also did. Yeah, he was stepping on the diffuser and not even realizing it. The one thing I do want to point out though is the presence and lack of impact, not this round specifically, but all around speaking, presence of Ying. Like she's been buffed. We've seen her used to great great effect last game. And granted, we're not casting the same teams again, so different teams, different play styles, all that good stuff. But still, Ying, despite her buff, is not having a major impact on that game so far.
That was very close to a team kill for Wraith there. I don't know if you saw that. Still a little shot set off. And as we switch sides here, with a 5-1 advantage here for Alpha1, as they go on the defense, we're going to see yet another Rook. I think we are in for a lot of potential spawn peaks here coming up in these next probably 45 seconds. And just to touch on again just before attack phase starts, as it has only been about 72 to 96 hours since Ying's buff came out, I would imagine a lot of teams are not as comfortable using her just quite yet until they get something down.
Sorry, people were asking about the ranks and I just keep on forgetting, so let's hope there's not too many spawn kills because, yeah, that game is, gonna come to an end pretty soon because it's still a 5-1 situation. But yeah, we can see that, it's gold and bronze. And that's not going to prevent Axon from going on a gruesome spawn kill against Drew, who had nothing to say about that, apparently. And another camera is going to get tossed outside. Drew saying, well played, WP.
This is nice about it.
Yeah, at the very least, they're being, they have a good sportsmanship. Like, rather than saying, freak you got the kill, saying, nice job, you were able to best me. And I got to respect that, Axon once again running out. Is that a triple kill for him? I believe that is. But right here, where exactly is the diffuser? Because he could be planting right now, and he's going to be doing just that. So you kind of have to applaud Cinco's ability of just evading his opponents. However, Scintilla was right here, Skilla was right here, and he has not realized. Oh, was that going to be a team kill? That was a team kill, but he did not mind one bit. And now the good / bad news is you're going up against a shield, and shields are notorious for just wasting time. It's not exactly a Monty, but still. He's going to try his best. Flashed as he is, but Dog was right there. And no, that's going to be round 1 for Alpha1. So with the technicality of destroying the diffuser out of the way, let's just look at Alpha1, Platinum against Golds, Bronzes. Yeah, it's not going to be a fair fight. Let's just put it out there. It's not going to be, an even-sided, an even game.
Could have been a lot of potential for Valkyrie there to wind up with Mace, as she found the kill on the Thermite, but Gav just finished her right off on that white stairs, as you see right there. Action was on the absolute slaughter that round between spawn peaks and a melee kill. Unfortunately, not going to get the ace, but nonetheless, Alpha1 is going to go ahead and win this round and is now going to be match point in favor of Alpha1 here, as they can go to any of the second floor or first floor sites.
So IP, you see him in the chat, right? He says Voltic uses my face as their banner. That's interesting, I guess. I have seen this previously. Like, I was streaming regularly, just having a face cam on, and somebody screenshotted that, and that became their profile picture on Xbox Live. So I'm familiar with the feeling of having your face, literally your face, be the representation or be the logo for an org, an association, a something, a someone, an entity that you have nothing to do with. Or I assume, IP, you're not like the manager, owner, coach for Voltic or something like that. With that being said, let's jump into the potentially last round here.
I think we can definitely see this as, if not the last round, the second to last round in this situation. And Drew is going to be bringing the presence of Ying that we have talked about before, only being brought once before in this matchup by Zag, and was unfortunately shot down by Drew in that very aggressive peek. And Axon's going to go ahead for another run out once again and find a kill. The glass is going to be down. No long angles really held except for a regular ACOG as he goes for another spawn peek. He's going to find another one. It's going to be 2 kills in the round for him. Could he make it 3? Very close to landing his shots. Their aggressive peek back could very well prove that. Fink is going to go ahead and boost both her and her final teammate left, but things are not looking up as Cinco's the last one left here. A double kill for Octin as well. But what's left in a 1v5 situation? He does.
Yeah, so I do like how Cinco is able to just find his way into the objective, right? So that's pretty ingenious on his part. He has no diffuser in his back pocket though, so he cannot plant. And even if he did, you know, with roughly a third health remaining, he was not going to protect said diffuser. So there you go. Getting the kill was a technicality. Alpha1 winning the game, and that was semi-final, I believe. No, that was quarter-final. So they are now going to go in semis. At this point, they're guaranteed 2 more games, the semi itself and either the grand final or the final for 3rd place. And as such, they are going to be either on this stream or on VII stream, the other French caster, basically till the end of the night. Wow, my English is rusty. Accent and Octan were basically the lead fraggers, and by far, Zach with 5 kills trailing behind. Scintilla and Wraith doing next to nothing, I gotta say. Like, not to diss on them, but really to underline what the other guys were doing.
Good game, guys.
I
Oh, and the replays have not been updated. Well, the replays were not updated, so the replays were just a blank screen. My bad on that.
Oh.
Let me just do this properly real quick. Yeah, you were gonna say?
I was just going to say there's not really much I have to touch on for this matchup. I mean, as we saw here, there was just pure annihilation once again. Something that we have seen basically every match that we've casted. You know, very not at all close score lines. You know, 7-0, 7-1. Actually, let me check. I believe the last game last game was 7-1 as well. But while Voltic did have potential to come back once again, unfortunately they were not able to, and we saw the exact same score line that we saw from the previous match.